Hey, it's Todd Ault. This is Risk On with Jason Bartholomew. It's going to be a calmer day today for us because the whole morning was exciting.
It was pretty wild today.
It was. Hey, it's March 10th. This is the 27th episode of what may be the greatest show about risk ever. Now, that's a forward-looking statement. Unfortunately, 40 minutes doesn't cut it to talk about risk. But in accumulation of time, it will. For those who have been watching the show, you know I'm long $1 million worth of Boeing. And I'm feeling good about Boeing today. How about you?
You want to go right to the...
We're going to cover Boeing later.
Right.
But why? Boeing had positive orders for the first time since that debacle. And then, of course, the coronavirus, which demoralized the airline industry, which seems to be picking up. A lot of changeover. 1 year, almost to the day, coronavirus seems to be... I don't want to say a thing of the past. It's definitely not a thing of the past.
Yeah.
Still a very scary situation. However, you can see the market shifting because of it. Let's get right to the numbers because this is a show that's in real time now. We're live, and by the way, you can catch us on the radio, 11:50 a.m. KEIB, the Patriot Network, Los Angeles and Orange County. It's every Sunday at 1 p.m. We expect you to be there, and if you can't be there, get on iHeartRadio app. You can get us there, too, on the Patriot Network globally. We're global now. Alt Global is global.
I like it, yeah.
How about that? Now, let's get to the numbers because this is a show that's live, and we cover the market, what just happened, and there's things happening as we speak. Jason, get to the numbers.
So, yeah, there was a little bit of anxiety today because of the Treasury bond sale. There was an auction of the 10-year, and actually it came in $38 billion in 10-year notes they sold, so that kind of put everything at ease at about 1 o'clock Eastern time. The Dow finished up 464 points, and the NASDAQ did actually finish flat, 13,068. The S&P was up 23 points to 3898. There was a lot of volatility today. A lot of volatility in Bitcoin also. It was 56,000. Actually, I think it reached a new high, all-time high today, but it's at 56K. Ethereum, 1782, and oil is $64.79 a barrel. Gold was up a little bit to $17.23, $6 gain. Silver was $26.27. Copper over $4 still. The main ticker of the morning was, of course, GameStop, the gobstopper.
Hey, Jacqueline, we're paying attention to what you have to say. Thanks for commenting live. It is March 10th. Did I not say it was March 10th?
Yeah, it's March 10th.
I don't know. I don't get the comment.
Yeah.
Do you guys get the comment? I love being live. Comment more, Jacqueline. Tell us all about it. Yeah, okay, so where were we?
GameStop.
Oh, my God. All right, Nick, let's get to the chart on GameStop. Let me know when it's up.
Here we go.
You got it? I couldn't do this to save my life, but I'm not going to fat finger it. Did I do it right?
No. You got it.
Okay, good.
You got it.
This stock defies all generational logic. I don't have any clue what the heck. I mean, this thing was so volatile today. It was back to 200 at one point.
I mean, I see 172 to 348 today's range. And about at least four halts that I saw. A couple halts on volatility up and a couple halts on volatility down. And actually, when it went to 340, that wasn't good enough for the diamond hands.
Yeah.
They held on.
They did.
But then it looked like there was a lot of pressure down, and it did actually go down under 200 again. But
198.
Yeah, so...
we're still on the screen, Nick, right? Like, Nick, let's stay there for a second.
But you can see, like, where's all this capital coming from? Because they bought the dip.
It's unlimited capital.
Unlimited.
Yeah, someone has unlimited capital to trade GameStop, nonstop.
And it's not on margin.
Now, I saw on CNBC last night them talking about... So this is the question with GameStop. This guy from Chewy, Cohen is his name.
Yeah.
He put his money where his mouth is, and he's going to help them transform digitally. I found it... I heard an interesting thing that GameStop could potentially create like a junior league of gamers, and all the GameStop locations would become like the place you went to play League or something. Like you went to the location and you were like in training leagues and sort of get people on that platform. They'd all offer multiple platform of games.
Yep.
I don't get it because you got, pardon the pun, Steam, who has a head of Steam. They didn't buy Steam, which they should have.
Yeah.
Microsoft, PlayStation, these people are pretty established. The gaming business on in-game purchases on apps is really about half the business. I don't get what they're going to do. They're going to do something because you said it really clear. There's something up with GameStop we don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand it. It's crazy.
We don't get it. I don't get it. If anybody understands it, and you can't just say, well, because people are buying it. Like, what's the transformational issue with the business?
The amount of money rotation into this stock is mind-blowing.
It is mind-blowing what it's doing.
Yeah.
And it's, if it were a pump and dump, and I hate that word, pump and dump, but if it were a pump and dump, there's been pumps and dumps and pumps and this is crazy.
Dude, there'd be like GameStop carcass laying all over the digital like stock market. It's nothing.
GameStop is a one of the most unique things I've ever seen trade.
Today, I just enjoyed the show. I didn't trade it. You didn't trade it.
I thought about it for like 8 seconds.
Yeah.
And then realized I didn't know what I was doing.
I remember
simply cannot understand.
When it halted down, I'm like, dude, Todd, look at this thing, man. And it's I thought it was left for dead when it dropped back under 200. And then like it unhalts and just snaps back to 250. I'm like, this is incredible.
Yeah, I want to be very clear on a couple things. This is a show for entertainment purposes. This is not a show. We're not financial advisors. We're not licensed. We trade for our own account. I trade for a company account. Do not listen to our advice. Do your own research.
Yeah.
This is a show, an entertainment show. If you saw a show about, the flying guys who jump off with those flying suits, that doesn't mean you can fly. I don't do it. And so we're not asking you to go jump off and fly. Don't buy anything we tell you to buy. This is just simply for educational purposes. Consult your financial advisor. With that said, what a day for Rocket.
Rocket is just amazing. We've had a long position, and we've been trading in and out of it.
Oh, my God, dude. This Rocket companies, we traded it. So Jason today is like texting me in the morning, like, get out, sell some, because we had like 70,000 shares. And it went all the way to 28 something. And I finally admitted as it approached 29, 28.50, I said, okay. And I throttled back over half the position.
Yeah.
And I sold 16 calls.
Yep.
So 16,000 shares.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. 16,000 covered
12,000 shares. Sorry.
12,000?
Right. And then the stock pulls back, and now it's back to 26.
Yeah.
So it was a good call. We lightened up on half our position. Believe it or not, about 15,000 of it back.
Yeah.
At 26.
Hey, I think we had a nice give and take on that one.
We ripped today.
Yeah. I mean, I really thought, like, of course, usually I've noticed that I'm a little bit more on the conservative side, and but I will bring ideas that are volatile. But I rely on Todd to really take strong action on the tickers, on the ideas. So, and for example, you want to get into this?
I want to say one thing. The rumors I'm not passing the rumor along. I'm simply reporting what we read. There was a rumor of a buyout of KMPH, right? They have recently got an approval for an ADHD medication. Hey, just to be clear, we're long 55,000. Actually, we're long 70,000 shares of KMPH. So we had a great day in KMPH. We were up over $70,000 in that trade.
Yeah.
Just for full disclosure, a few things. We're still long Rocket. We're still long KMPH, EVON, NVOS. But a new position you had me put on today, CLBS.
Yeah, CLBS.
The CLBS. Is that on the screen up here or no? We're not going to talk about that? That's okay.
No, I don't have
We
that
put
up.
on CLBS today. I'm not going to talk about the 13D names. We traded USEG, and we traded a little SOS, which just does not trade well. It's not acting well. And we got back into GWAC, GWAK, or GWAC.
And EBON, you mentioned that one?
EVON, yeah, for sure.
But the CLBS is more of a longer term hold. Actually, you can pull that up where GameStop is. Let's get rid of that.
The CLBS,
CLBS is...
You actually looked at... These guys have a ton of cash in the bank.
The market cap is equal to the cash on hand, by the way.
And we got to double check that, but...
No, that's
so
what
this is the stocks, pretty early in the year is around 150. Hey, Massimo, what's up, buddy? Thanks for calling us out. Massimo, I wish I knew how to say your last name very well. I could say it, but I'll butcher it. Hey, even Tanner's in the house. This is nice. Can you talk about INPX in one of your sessions? Do you know what INPX is?
No, but we'll look into it.
We'll look it up. We'll look it up.
Is that a biotech? I'll look at it.
So can we go to the screen, Nick? So the stock is up 45% year to date. They got a ton of cash. They did an offering. They have about what you say about 106 million of cash in the bank.
Yeah, I think 115 million.
And they're trading kind of right in line with cash, right?
Yeah, they have zero debt. Also,
and they have zero debt, and they have 3 drugs in the pipeline. Is that right? But
yes.
Isn't one of them an orphan drug?
It is. One of them is an orphan drug.
Yeah, I want to admit here for full disclosure, I stupidly paid too much for it today.
Yeah,
and I averaged down. I bought a lot of it, but Jason likes it. I like it. The reason why, and let me, our logic could be flawed, but the reason why we like it is we think the downside's limited. Any good news from any of the drugs is positive, right? And they have cash.
Yeah.
They don't need money for a while.
They're
at
funded
least
for
a couple years.
They're funded for years.
They said years,
Yes,
multiple years. So the risk reward of this going back to 150 versus going to 5 or 6 is there.
So yeah, that's
right?
why we like it for
so
sure.
we put that trade on, and we are long that trade, and we'll update you
on
what's going on there for sure.
You want to talk about the other one that we just?
Someone's asking about GameStop, guys.
What do you want to know?
What do you want me to tell you? Like, you know more than me. You're smarter than me, man. What the heck? GameStop? I don't know what to say. I literally don't know what to say. It is unbelievable. Let's go to Rocket real quick. This is intraday.
Yeah.
And Nick, can you pull up the screen real quick if you haven't already? So Rocket up 46 cents today, but doesn't show the tick. If for those of you who may be listening on the radio, if the show ever appears on the radio, I got to make sure I describe the chart. So here we open, we go down a little bit in the morning, and then we kind of slowly rip up, really kind of drag out for the first couple hours. And then, for some reason, Jason, why did we go parabolic? This thing went parabolic for a while.
It seemed to run with
and it ran all the way to 28.40.
It ran with the meme stocks.
And I was selling like crazy.
Yeah, good.
Cut the position back in half.
It ran with, it was running with GameStop and KOSS
Right.
and AMC a little bit.
It's choppy the last 5 days.
Yeah, it's been choppy.
But that volatility allows me to trade it, right?
But look,
and
that's
that one spike there.
We got all the dividends from all the shares. It took $1.11 off the share
You
price.
feel good about that, don't
I feel
you?
really good about
like
it.
you got a dividend.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Because we had such a large position.
When in doubt.
Those aren't crumbs.
I feel like the gambler who like puts the money in the machine and they win like a big jackpot of like $1,000, but they put $980 in. I won.
Yeah, that's the meme. But how much did you lose?
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly,
for sure.
Exactly.
You always ask a degenerate that, and they look dumbfounded at you, like deer in headlights.
Degenerate.
Yeah.
Okay, so Nick, let's go back to this new screen. What the heck, dude? We traded this today. I gotta be honest with you.
We sold at the top.
Oh, that was painful.
What are you talking about?
Why don't you describe it? I'm not going to talk about it.
Lion Group Holdings. It's a crypto play. I don't know what our entry.
Why do you
was.
like it?
Because they have a SPAC upcoming, and they also have crypto exchange in Dubai. That's all. No big deal. That's going to be approved soon. So. Not a big deal. They actually have an investment side also for crypto with up to 500 million allocation. So I just like it because it's undervalued. We actually traded it. I think we sold it like 339 today.
We sold it. I was glad didn't trade. I didn't like it. But I mean, we were long.
You don't like making money? We were like 280 to 339.
I know, but I think I paid up. I know we made money.
We didn't pay up.
Yeah, it was.
We sold well.
Nick,
today.
let's come off the screen for a sec. Thanks.
You want to see something
live? What else want to cover?
Of course, AVEO on your far left.
Okay. Now, I'm going to let Jason, do you want to tell them the truth? Or
I don't want to see the after hours price right now.
Okay.
It's $16.
Do you want to tell them the truth or not?
Yeah, we can tell them the truth.
Okay. Nick, let's go to the screen here.
That's where we're about full disclosure.
Okay. Well, we're going to tell them the truth.
All right.
So, this is one thing that Jason does really well, one of many. Jason has some screeners, and up on the screen came that this thing got approval from the FDA. And you kind of knew it right as it was happening, right? So people must have been paying close attention to that, waiting for that to happen.
You have to make a decision right away, though.
The stock was like $7, right? Wasn't it at one point? It was up $7.20 today.
Yeah. Well,
And
you can see it right here on the 1 day.
So at 10:58, it gets halted. Not 10:58, the time frame. 10:58, the dollar amount.
Right.
Closes halted. Jason says, let's buy a few thousand at 11.50.
This just happened, by the way, at 3 o'clock.
This happened
Eastern
in
time.
the last hour.
Yeah.
Okay. This is so real time. I want to be clear with you. In fact, what I would like to do, if it's possible, is we'll bring up the trades tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll see if I can bring up the actual trades and put the chart up. So this is today, and Jason comes into my office and says, "You got to buy this right now. It's halted."
It halted for an extraordinary.
So I have the halt right there.
Yeah,
I have my. So Nick, let's stay on the screen. I have the halt. You see, it's 10:58. Okay.
Right.
Now, Jason has no plan for this. The volume is 298,000 at that level for that trade, but volume's coming in. They halt it for volatility risk or volatility, and
Huge.
I put an order in to buy 10,000 at 13, not a smaller amount at 11.50.
Right.
Because I'm thinking this is going to rip. You're usually right on these things, and you were right. So let's just be clear. You've been right on. Okay.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden the stock's rocketing. Oh no, excuse me, it's halted.
No, it was halted.
Halted. And so we have an order in at $13.
Yep.
Now, either you got to describe this. What happens next?
Well, so I was obviously more conservative. I was just trying to catch. I was trying to get greedy and catch a crazy entry. It halted at 10:58. I said 11:50. Let's just put an order in for 2,000 or 3,000 shares. And I passed the idea to Todd, and this is where Todd is just.
So I put an order in to buy at 13. It's 12.51.
Yeah, but how much did you put an order in for?
10,000.
10,000 shares.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. So it immediately, when it opens, it's open for literally a millisecond.
Yes.
And it's 14.50, but we got filled at 13.
Yeah.
True story. I'm going to put it up on the screen tomorrow. I'm going to pull all the trades. So we get filled at 13. It's 14.50. Halted. Halts again at 14.50.
Yep.
Here it is on the screen. I'm going to go to it, Jason, right there, right?
Yeah.
So it says 13.79. It's halted. 14.50 on the screen. That was the high of the day.
Right.
It's not even there. So then the thing opens again.
And it pulls back
hard. Way back to 11.79, and I buy 16,000 more.
Yes. Pedal to the metal.
Pedal to the metal. So now we have 26,000. The portfolio is rather large, so 10,000 is not really going to move the needle. Let's buy more. We buy 26,000. And it takes a little bit of time, and it rallies past our price here. It starts to rally to over $13. Mm-hmm. And at that point, we have about a $20,000 plus gain.
Yes.
All hell is breaking loose because we don't know where it's going. It's very volatile, as you can see. I think we sold the last one at 13.45.
Yeah.
We're out of all 26,000. Now we trickled out a little bit, but you did have me at the end sell some big blocks, like relative to the size of the position, 5,000, 6,000. We sold some. We got some down. We make 20,000. Then Jason is pissed.
So listen, let me give full disclosure. All right, so listen.
Give your overview.
All right, so Todd and I we're working together. This is a new relationship, okay? I have my trading account, that's personal, which is a ton less than what we have in this account. Let's just leave it at that. So I'm trying to transition and get used to sizing on these trades. And obviously I'm very conservative when it comes to the sizing of these trades in relationship to what we have available. So I rely on Todd to, put his pedal to the metal and size up in this trade. And luckily he did, and we were able to make a good trade and make a lot of money. But now I'm looking at it and I have FOMO because I, cut the trade short, but we were getting ready to go on the air.
You called it. You said it was going to $16. You said your exact words were it's going to do more than a double today, and it's $16.45 in the aftermarket right now.
My thought was, I'm like, Todd, do you want to go on air and have to stare at this thing and just the whole time, or do you just want to book a win? And it was a nice win, $20,000. That's a nice win.
We had a 230 for the day, not for the total purchase, but for the day.
Yeah,
we were up about 230,000 in Rocket at one point.
Right.
And we cut half that back.
Yeah. So
we're hanging in there.
Yeah, we're hanging in there. So I just don't trust this market. So, we have a little bit of it's good because we have long positions where, we do trust the market.
Well, there's a rotation taking place.
Yeah, there is.
And I think your concern is there's a rotation. Jason and I believe, and it's the market seems evident to this, that there's a rotation from high growth to some value names, right?
Yep.
And if you look at things like Boeing, which we're long for full disclosure, and Icon Enterprises, those are two positions that we purchased and we have a long-term target. And that's something where our target is more than 6 months to a year to 2 years out. We believe there's a rotation back to Boeing is going to started having good news. Air travel is going to pick back up. Aviation's going to pick back up, etc.
Yep. Casinos also. Higher risk would be cruise lines, in my opinion.
Yeah,
but,
a lot higher risk.
Yeah, a lot higher risk. But
So there's a rotation, and during that rotation, it can get violent, and that violence can be a dislocation between markets. You're kind of seeing it a little bit in crypto.
you are.
You saw crypto hit like 57,000 Bitcoin, right?
Yeah.
And Bitcoin tickers were down, except for Riot.
Yeah, JP Morgan came out and included Riot in their basket of crypto tickers that they're going to offer now. PayPal.
One of the things that's scary is if you start to pay attention to this, as you get mass adoption, that trade may be ending.
Yeah.
Right? When everybody and their mother, including the plumber, which nothing wrong with plumbers, a lot of plumbers in my family. You got to be careful what you say, right? Because anything can be cancel culture. I could actually be saying something bad about a plumber. I'm sorry if I'm not politically correct, but with people that are not paying attention to the financial markets, when your plumber is telling you, which by the way, there's a lot of smart plumbers, so maybe that's a bad example. Yeah, when my babysitter is telling me that I should buy Riot, maybe a little bit of a worry, just a temporary worry, right?
I think if my dog starts telling me, then I'll worry.
Roo, roo,
Yeah.
roo. Sorry, couldn't help myself. I couldn't help myself. Whatever, man.
So yeah, so I mean, with the biotechs though, they're pretty clear cut. You either get an FDA approval or you have some kind of really defining news.
It's 1668 in the aftermarket. It was a great call.
Yeah.
And this is an example. You said we've known each other a while.
Yeah.
But what I've asked you to do is join me as an analyst and helping me with what I'm running money wise, because I think you're good. The way you play poker, you're really good at taking in information very fast and making a decision. When you're at the poker table, you literally say, "Oh, here's my cards. This is the decision I'm making."
Yeah.
And you do it faster than anyone I've ever seen. So I've got to get used to you being like, "Okay, buy it. This is why." I'm like, "Okay, well, what's slow down a little bit, right?" I mean,
Yeah.
I'm the dealer, and I'm like, "Dude, I can't count as fast as you."
That's so funny.
I can't count as fast as you, man.
So yeah, if you're like beating the dealer to the end result, that's like could be a problem. But you're right, but sometimes we don't have the time necessary to make a synopsis and to explain everything, because by the time I finish explaining it, we've missed out on the entry, which luckily though you had the wherewithal to step up the ask and pay up for that, which enabled us to get into that entry, because quite frankly, I would have missed that entry.
So Nick, I want to go to the screen here. I started buying Boeing for our long account back in, I want to say it must be, Boeing had fallen down to, so it was right around here. Boeing had fallen down to 202.
Yeah.
And it actually went a little lower. I actually paid 213, 214, and then accumulated and went lower and lower and lower. And then at one point, I think it actually went below. Yeah. And so down here in February, Boeing looked pretty poor in terms of what our thesis was of that we were buying at the right price. But my partner and I were pretty confident that, and I'm not referring to Jason, I'm referring to my partner in my business, another business. And so he has a lot of conviction on Boeing, and we continued to add. We got to we add dollar cost average into about $1 million worth of Boeing, which I believe is around 5,000 shares, give or take. And now, of course, Boeing's ripping. This is the 6-month chart. Here's the 1-month chart, which I'm going to pull up for Nick to stay on.
Oh, by the way, I'm hearing AMC beat earnings. I'm not able to verify that.
For some reason, get this thing to work here.
The bottom left corner. Apple makes it very specific on.
Okay, bottom left corner. So there's the 1-day chart. Here's the 5-day chart on Boeing. Here's the 1-month chart on Boeing. What I want to say is this is a gradual shift, and you can see that. Now listen, Boeing is up a lot relative to where it was a month ago. Is that $34? Yeah, it's up $34. But for Boeing to move that much, this is a big industrial. I mean, this is a big name.
Yeah,
this is a big move, and you can clearly see real money's pouring into Boeing
for sure.
And so we're long, and we internally have our own target of about $350. So that doesn't mean Boeing's going to $350. And do not buy it. Do your own research. But I want to bring up another name because everyone knows here on the show who watches the show that I got long GE at $12. And by the way, GE. So Nick, let's pull the screen up. This is today. GE lowered guidance.
Yep.
Do you know much about that?
Are they selling the?
They're the leasing business.
Yeah, that's
right.
what I saw.
The aircraft leasing business. So GE is transforming itself. But what's even crazier is I heard they're doing a massive reverse split.
I did not hear that.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're going to reverse down to having 700 million shares, and I believe they have a few billion right now.
So 5-1?
I think it's a pretty big reverse split. Yeah. The stock's going to be somewhere around 100. I think it's 10-1.
10-1. Wow.
Right. So the stock's going to be around. Look, can you do me a favor? Can you look up real quickly? But just put in GE reverse because I don't want to mislead people here.
Yeah, for sure.
But I believe the stock is doing a pretty big reverse. They're asking shareholders to reverse the stock to go down to 700 million shares. It is a big reverse.
8-1.
8-1.
Yeah.
So an 8-1 reverse on GE. They obviously are unhappy with the price. They want it in more institutionally held hands because obviously a lot of people are trading it. They're making some changes here. It's a pretty big. It's a pretty big flip here. Yeah, 8-1. And they're winding down their GE Capital business too. So this is a lot of changes taking place at GE. I will look into it. Let me give you shares at GE on Wednesday slumped after industrial conglomerate confirmed a $30 billion deal with I never say it right, AER Cap Holdings. While also surprising is a 1-for-8 reverse split. GE, which hosted an analyst meeting on early Wednesday, provided guidance in which the range was adjusted. The earnings a downbeat. The ranges for free cash flow were lower than expectation. GE fell pretty. I think it fell pretty hard today relative. It was 14.17 yesterday.
Yeah, it's over 6% fall total.
The reverse split will decrease the number of shares outstanding. The more typical companies, which comparable to our market capitalization, the company stated.
Yeah.
It's a big reverse for GE.
Yeah, that's big.
And it's really widely held. And GE was one of the original Dow components and left the Dow a few years ago. And people, when they left the Dow, it was a really big deal for GE to leave the Dow. And quite honestly, they were right.
Yeah, I remember they had a division in Schenectady, New York. I think it was a turbine division. When I was going to school in Albany, I remember there was a lot of jobs there. It was a very, very big job creator for the capital region in New York.
So the restructuring of GE continues. And I was pretty shocked. 8-for-1 reverse.
Yeah.
I would have thought they would have, they're trying to put the capitalization of the company in terms of number of shares outstanding relative to the size of their business being a $100 billion business.
Right.
They don't want to be a $100 billion business at $13.
No. So we'll see what happens. It might be more, get a little bit more exposure to the everyday swing trader for sure.
Stock's going to be $130, give or take, $120, $12. Well, it's going to be around that range, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, give or take $100+ dollars.
But it's still, you'll probably be able to buy it on margin too. So there'll be some leverage there.
The revitalization of GE continues.
Yeah, it's interesting.
This is a story we'll pay close attention to. As many of you know, I thought GE was breaking out, and it did. It was a good trade. What can you do about it? Any other companies you want to cover? You have KOSS on here.
Can you give me a FOMO on AVEO? Just let me see it one more time. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, don't pay attention to
Oh, that's all.
So since we've been sitting here,
just $18.
$18.22.
No
Nick,
big deal.
You pull up that screen real quick.
It's only
well, from where we sold that's only $125,000 more dollars.
Just $125,000.
But we made 20.
Yeah,
come on, don't feel bad. Let's look really quickly.
So bad,
Nick. Let's pull up. I just don't get why we keep coming
KOSS
back to
ran
this
with
trade.
it's a meme stock. It ran to $40 today. It's 780,000 float. Traders
Nick,
are
are we up on that screen,
salivating. KOSS, headphones maker.
Yeah, but this is just trading to trade's sake, right?
It is.
Okay, this is volatility trading.
It is volatility.
Yeah. I don't want to stay
Absolutely.
on this.
That's fine.
It's a meme stock. We're covering what memes are doing. Let's go really quick to another. What is people paying attention to? SOS.
Yeah.
Nick, let's pull it up on the screen. This stock trades terrible. We're long the stock.
It's getting mangled by shorts.
It's not trading well.
Every pop's getting shorted.
It doesn't trade well. So I'm not happy with this position.
Yeah.
Nick, we can get off the screen now on that one. All right. So AMC in the aftermarket is 10.62.
They beat earnings.
72 cents.
See if they show any earnings there in the news.
It's 10.57 right now. It closed at 9.85, down 68 cents today.
Let me see if I can find this.
AMC stock should trade at a penny, an analyst says. Here's why. That was 2 hours ago.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
AMC jumped in pre-market trade after GameStop tops $17 billion. This is AMC's issued so much.
They raised capital.
Well, they had an ATM, right?
Yeah,
and
for
they
sure.
raised a lot of money.
Yeah.
They're 1060 in the
fact,
aftermarket.
their CEO actually had a message to Wall Street Bets in particular. The CEO.
We're not on the screen, right?
So Adam Aron told Wall Street Bets AMC is a survivor. They raised $1.2 billion in cash, paid off debt,
converted. Yeah.
He appreciates the affection, the love from the Wall Street Bets forum, and said they will persevere. So that was kind of cool.
Right.
So
I see a lot of stuff out there on your notes here. Is there anything you want to cover?
Oh, we got a ton of
stuff. Want to get to politics? What are we going to get to?
No,
we're
we're still talking.
Market?
We need to talk stocks.
What are we talking? What more could we cover?
Did we talk about EVON?
I have not. You want to cover it?
It's just another crypto ticker.
I have not. You want to cover it?
Yeah, I do want to cover it.
Sorry. One of our technical people.
Here, let me help you out.
Yourself? Producer? Director. Oh, sorry. Our director. I know who the producer is.
We're a long position here. EVON. They make semiconductor. They make ASIC miners chips and ASIC miners. They also mine Bitcoin. This is one that is kind of confusing to me because it is a NASDAQ ticker. So sometimes it tracks with crypto, with Bitcoin, and sometimes it tracks with the NASDAQ, with the tech stocks. So it's been kind of wishy-washy lately. It actually went 665 to 774 today. We added on to our position, so we're long that stock, and I just wanted to make sure that everyone knew that. Full disclosure, I'm not recommending that stock.
Hey, I want to talk about an option strategy. I was long Rocket companies, and I sold the 3089s because there's a dividend calls. I covered calls.
They got scooped up.
On my position. I sold them at $1.76 today.
Yeah.
And, of course, it fell to $1.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? It means that I'm willing to sell my stock for $30.89, and someone paid me a whopping $1.76 to do it. So their price is even higher. This is when the stock was $28. And what's amazing is there's only 9 days left.
Correct.
So I might collect some premium, or you think the stock's going higher?
I think you'll collect premium. Yeah, I don't think the stock's going over 30. I don't even. There was a lot of resistance today at 28.
So negative. We sold it a week ago at 46 or 45.
You should feel good about that.
I do for like 2 minutes.
We got 100,000 in dividends too.
Yeah, for sure. I think we actually got like 92,000 dividends.
Okay.
But if I want to get back at you, I can just say that it's 1835.
Yeah,
right? Okay.
1835.
Yeah, let's not feel bad about it.
You know,
there's 7 minutes left. Josh, I've been seeing some questions on there. Can I spend 2 minutes and answer any questions? Are there questions out there? Can you read any of them to me that matter? By the way, for those of you who have let Josh know and the company know that I'm overweight, you guys are very perceptive.
Listen,
what do you got?
If you're not have any questions, I've got some stuff to cover.
Oh, let's cover it. I'm sorry. I wanted to go to questions, but I've never done it before. But I'm hearing that we might start taking questions in a couple of weeks. Maybe even a live call-in thing, but I don't know.
So total COVID relief once this bill is signed.
1.9. We didn't even cover that.
No, $6 trillion.
No, but we didn't cover that it was passed.
We're
going to
cover
signed, right?
Yeah.
Got it. Sorry. Wow. Let's go. Let's cover that.
So yeah, 1.9 trillion sent back to the House, passed. It goes to the president's desk. He'll sign it. I don't think there's any reason for him not to sign it. He said that the people that file taxes using direct deposit that were entitled refunds, they'll be the first to get their stimulus payments of $1,400. And that should be in the next 2 weeks, according to media sources. So I looked at CNBC. It appears that the total COVID relief is poised to hit $6 trillion once that's passed and allocated. That's a lot of dough.
Yeah.
I would venture a guess that not all of that dough went to the American people. Would you agree with that or no?
I would agree.
Yeah. So we have a problem there with the allocation of funds. This current $1.9 trillion.
Should run for Congress.
Yeah, maybe I will. Only 9% of this is actually allocated to actual COVID relief.
I know I'm going to skip around a little bit.
We can do better.
We forgot Bumble, by the way. They passed earnings for the first time as a public company. They beat. Oracle bumped their dividend up. That was exciting for Oracle. Now, people are asking us, why did we not cover this Roblox?
Oh, yeah, the IPO?
Yeah, I mean, what do I know about a gaming company that goes up public for $38 billion? I mean, I don't even know how to play Roblox.
Yeah, I don't even understand.
I mean, I'm completely clueless.
It's an app. I know that.
Yeah, don't pay attention to us.
Yeah,
But
I don't know much about
it. Did pretty amazing, this Roblox, right?
Yeah, I did. I mean, it opened at 45, and I think it went to 70 plus, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it did. But you know, Bumble did the same thing. Bumble is in the same type of
I
territory.
think my brother's on the. Oh, hey, what's up with bro? What's up, buddy? Correct, only 9%. I don't know what that means. What are you talking about? 9%.
9% of the COVID relief was actually COVID relief.
You know, my brother is in Idaho,
Yeah.
and I can assure you, he's a gun-toting Republican now.
Well, we should have him down here.
I'm just kidding, bro. I love Neil. I'm kidding around, man.
Listen, let's cover a couple other things with political arena. It appears that MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell is launching his own social media company after he gets cultured from Twitter.
We should have him on the show.
We can get
Let's
him
get
on the show.
autonomous.
We'll get him on the show.
I love MyPillows.
Dude, let's
I
get
have
him
a
on the
MyPillow.
show.
Hey, you got to come on my show, Mike Lindell. I on autonomous. Actually, Jason, we'll have a bigger. We'll both interview him because I know you're a fan.
Dude, he's got a great story.
Does he?
Yeah,
he does.
You know, he shut down his factory just to. He didn't shut his factory down. He actually reconfigured his factory so he could produce masks and PPE for, I guess, the American people.
Sure.
So yeah, that was huge.
Was it a MyPillow mask?
I don't know, but it was
Was
made.
it like a patented fill?
I'm not sure.
You know, because he says he has a patented fill.
Yeah.
Right.
I need to order.
I actually
some
have
products.
some MyPillows. Do you have a MyPillow? Skylar, what kind of pillow do you have? I have a MyPillow. Skylar, like, actually in the car wherever we drive, has the pillow with her for some reason.
So
I don't know what the reason is there. She's falling asleep in my car. I must be boring.
well, that's you do that every week now, so it's kind
Today
of.
was a ripper. The Dow was ripping.
Yep.
Everything was ripping. It's what do you think of the market here? What's your risk on stock? What do you like?
Can I convince you to buy back AVEO?
Oh God. KMPH is my risk on stock. I like that. There's rumors. I think
Yeah.
they have earnings tomorrow. They have a new ADHD medication. I am long, for full disclosure. Obviously long Bitcoin for sure. And
AVEO is going to touch $20 in the next 3 minutes.
hey, listen, I'm going to cover something. I'm going to say it a bunch of times. I'm executive chairman of Ault Global. I can never comment on the stock that I'm the executive chairman and the largest shareholder of that I know of the company.
Yeah.
I can't comment. I'm sorry. I won't ever comment. And my comment seems like a non-comment comment, but I won't comment. So I can't do it. But I appreciate that you're watching. Obviously, I'm grateful and I believe in the company, and so I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
But this show is about covering the market. I've been trading for 32 years, some good years, some bad years. Learned a lot in those 32 years.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm with Jason, who is a professional poker player, one of the best I've ever seen. And I have seen actually quite a few of them, actually. He is a former professional baseball player, and he's a trader.
Yeah, it looks like I'm kind of semi-retired from poker these days.
Don't do that. I love
Dude,
poker.
I don't want to go play with masks and plexiglass and all that.
Soon the mask will be gone.
Then maybe I'll consider getting back
Let's
into
get a
it.
MyPillow mask.
We can have. Maybe I'll take a MyPillow to the poker room.
Hey, we're a little somber today for some reason. I don't know. Maybe this is the 27th show. We do this every day, Monday through Friday. We might even have some guest hosts occasionally here, I'm hearing.
Yeah, that'll be good. Change it up a little bit.
Yeah, get rid
So-
of me for a couple days.
Or me.
Whoever, right? Maybe we'll bring Skyla on.
So just so
She
people
pick
know,
her favorite
like,
stocks.
sometimes we're a little bit.
The show ratings will go like to the moon.
Oh yeah,
with
for
Skyla
sure.
on here.
We're a little bit somber because we start our day at like 12:30 in the morning.
I know you're
Pacific
waking
time.
me up at like literally. I
Yeah.
texted you 1 second before you texted
Dude,
me.
I was
right
ready.
as the market was opening
Yeah,
at
we
1
were ready.
o'clock.
So
Hey, we appreciate you tuning into the show. This is a show for entertainment purposes. Pay attention to what you're trading and do your own research. I'm long Boeing. I'm long Icon Enterprises. What's your favorite stock for tomorrow?
well, for tomorrow we're going to be looking at these crypto tickers to see if they can snap back. EBON and SOS. That's for me.
EBON and SOS?
Yeah,
We're long Bitcoin. Hey, how much time do I have left, Brett?
10 seconds.
I think this is the wrap-up part. Hey, it's March 10th. This is the 27th episode of Risk On. We're grateful you're watching. We love doing the show. We're going to extend the show to 50 minutes, 56 minutes, starting next week. We appreciate you, Brett, Nick, Skyla, Josh, my friend Jason. This has been Risk On. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.